Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome to the side quest. In my last video I mentioned we're going on a side quest. It's British and it's boxy. It's pretty small as well. We're used to quite big boxy cars on this channel, aren't we? But let's welcome the Vauxhall Nova, that hopefully won't be here too long and distracting us too much, but the Vauxhall Nova to the channel that's quite rusty, as you can probably tell. There's a bit missing there, so let's go check it out and get stuck into it. So why is there a Vauxhall Nova here, and why are we working on it? So let's get stuck into this. It's going to be an interesting one. Right, so this car has been off the road for a long time, and of course it's one of Pete Mate's cars. So we always help Pete Mate out. If you haven't seen one of the recent videos, we actually just finished the MPI. That was his dad's car. So we're working through the fleet slowly, and this is the next one on the hit list. So this one's already been started. You will notice there's been welding done in the past by, I think, Pete and various other people and stuff like that. So the car has kind of been off the road for a long time, and it's kind of like been kicking around workshops and units and in driveways. So we're going to get stuck into it now and get it over the hurdle, so this one can go off for paint as well. Looking around the car, I have to admit I've never really understood the love for Vauxhall Novas. This one's apparently got an SR bumper. It's got quite a big, like, kind of a body kit kind of esque look to it. Apparently that's rare, no clue. Apparently these wheels are rare, no clue. It's limited edition is kind of still there on the door. And let's have a quick look in here. Oh, I think the door's gonna fall off. Well, that isn't ideal. So inside here we have got the car and an array of parts, and it's obviously dismantled. So in here is a roof cut, and we'll get onto that in a minute. That is a bottom of a door, like that back panel, or there's various bits and pieces in here. As you will probably see, the door should not look like that. It's not a race car, so it shouldn't need weight saving, but obviously the door skin has been cut and the bottom of the door is rotten. So let's just lift. That's that shut. So around the back of the car, we'll take a quick look around, and then you know where we're going with this. So in the boot, look at that, nice. In the boot there's loads and loads of like space and room to work. Quite like the accessibility of this than compared to a classic Mini. There's been some repairs done in the back there. There's a bit of weight saving there, so that is one of our jobs. This has all been cleaned back, but there's some bits missing, so we're going to try and make up and fabricate all this. The biggest thing at the back here, by the looks of it, is that. So we're going to need a panel for that, and where the hell do you get a panel for that? Oh look, we've got a body cut off another car, so that is that hinge panel there. So we can obviously use that, so thank you to Pete for supplying that. Around the side, all this has been done. Both quarters have been repaired, started to fill the work, so this is obviously something that's been done before. The biggest problem with this car is definitely the roof. One of the panels that's inside the car is actually a roof skin, or a section of a roof skin, but I don't really want to go that route because I don't want to get that involved with it, and I don't want to get too involved with the inside of the car and warpage, heat distortion and stuff like that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to clean back as much as we can clean back. There is obviously rot and holes, so we're going to get stuck into that and see just how bad it is. But all it is folded over metal around there. Can't be that hard, can it? So I haven't actually opened the bonnet. I think it's potentially tied down, I'm not sure. Is there a bonnet latch or a pull? It's probably a bonnet pull. Let's see what this power plant is. So let's check out the beast. Wow, look at that. So I believe this is a 1.2, so good for your first time classic cars if you want a little classic car to go around in. Not that this car is for sale. I do think it is part of the family, this one, staying in the fleet. But so while we're here, we may as well have a quick look. Don't know where that's meant to live, something like that. In here is one of our jobs to do. This is the battery tray. That's an aerial. I assume that's meant to be there. However, it's here. But yeah, the battery tray is a little bit threadbare, to say the least. So we've got a hole right in the corner there. That is going to be really fun. And then we have got some holes here, which aren't the best. Might need a new earth cable. But yeah, so we've got that to go along with. A little bit of service rust going along in there, which we'll treat and get on with. But yeah, not too bad. How weird is that? The alternator's on the back of the engine. So you've seen them on the front, and then it's, yeah, it's the other way around, then it just looks a bit odd. Right, let's I don't want to get you too excited with this 1.2, so we'll shut that one down. Look at that, lovely. It's quite good panel gaps, to be fair, on this car. I know it's a bit tighter this side, but yeah, it's probably had a life, hasn't it? So, rust. Rust is why we have the car here, because for some reason I seem to attract it, for some reason I seem to like it. So I fancied a different challenge. I said I'd help Pete out. So we're going to get cracking on it, I think. Right, yeah, so let's get going. I personally think I'm going to start here. I originally want to start on the roof, but I think the roof needs a proper good look over first. So what I'd like to do is clean back all this bare metal that's here, because this isn't nice. And yeah, you shouldn't really leave it all like that. So at least get some primer and stuff on that. And then what we can do is take some measurements, clean back all the surrounding areas of this, and then cut this out, because there's two skins here, and as you can see, yeah, both skins have completely gone. Yes, I should be wearing gloves, but this is so rotten, it is not going to cut me. So, ginger dust. It's raining in the car. Right. A few areas like this just to clean up as well. Obviously we're very conscious of the headliner, so I'll try and get something stuffed up in there out of the way. Doesn't damage that, but yeah, I think we can probably deal with this, get that cut out, and then carry on going. So let's get cracking. Before I do that, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel? Why don't you join me on these side quests? It's good fun, isn't it? We are going to be back on with the Amazon and the minivan, trust me. But this one needs to be done, it needs to be saved, and let's get this one off the paint as well. Let's keep saving these cars. So yeah, make sure you do all that. Also, we've just dropped some new merch. We've already had some merch out, so go check out the link in the description below. That'll take you to our eBay shop. Have a little look around in there. Anything you buy can support the channel. Why not become a channel member? Or why not become a Patreon? That's another reason. If not, just like this video, watch this video, and subscribe. That is the biggest help that you can do, and that's free. So, that's my sales pitch over. Let's get cracking with this car, shall we? Right, so like I say, I think we're going to start with this. So what I'm going to do is just basically mark off where the rot stops. So it's like there. Probably come a bit further along. We've got the panel, something like that. Now I'll make that a bit neater, and I'll make sure it's not rotten from that side, and then we'll look to get this cut out. Hopefully we can do it with leaving the boot in place. I'd rather not have to remove that, but if we can just chop all that out now, we can then use it as a template on this panel. That's the goal. Let's see how that goes. So that is the piece I've chopped out, so you can see the rot on the inside and how much is coming out from the actual seam. So that is all the grot cut out. So let's see how that looks now. So obviously, like I say, there's two skins there. That's all surface rust, that'll be fine. But yeah, all the rot is cut out. That's all lovely clean metal up there now. So what we can do now is put this down onto the section here and then make it a bit bigger and cut it out of this section and then try and get it put into there. That's kind of the aim of the game. Let's see how we get on. So as you can see, I've plonked that in the right spot, if you know what I mean. So I've measured where the hinges are on the car, and then I've just drawn around it, really rough, really rough. So we're going to cut bigger than we need, so then we can trim back, because it's easier to take metal off than it's trying to put metal in. So I'll come up higher all the way around there, but that is essentially that repair section there, and that is pretty rough, isn't it? So let's get this cut and go from there. It's lucky that it's gone from there, because this panel isn't amazing, but it's better than what the other one is. So let's get this cut up and then go from there. So quick update, we've started to trim this piece down, and it's a really, really good repair section, to be fair, and we're not a million miles away from that going back in that hole. As you can see, it's pretty damn close, but what's catching it is just in them top corners, basically where I've done that cut up there. So what I'm going to do is go out to basics with a basic cam file, and we'll just clean that up. So yeah, it's just right up in, because there's two skins, I've obviously kept myself well away from the headliner, which is peeled back right out of the way, to be fair. Not got any damage to it. Just want to try and finesse these bits with by hand. Gets off the swarf and stuff like that, which is helpful. But yeah, it just gets me that square shape I want up in here. So that might even be enough for that to sit in there now. So, well, we're pretty close to this end. What's really good is it's got this swage line here, so you know exactly where it needs to go, and then obviously it's got to line up with the seam here, so it's quite self-explanatory what you're doing. But we're not a million miles away here, so I think a bit of material just needs to come off this again, just so it sits nice there. But I think we're there on the corners. The whole thing can go up a bit then. So I think I'll do that now. Just take a bit of material off there. The whole thing should go up. Take your time with stuff like this, guys. But in comparison to what we had, not bad, is it? So after a lot of trimming and tidying up, I've got that exactly where I want it now. So I'm going to get it tacked in, and it's going to take a while, because obviously we're going to be on fire watch and wanting it to be perfect on that swage line, so we're just going to take our time with this. But yeah, pretty happy with that. It does look pretty nice. So good buddy cut that, and absolutely no rot in it either part now. The car and this, all that rot's gone, completely gone. So obviously this is a double skin piece, so what I'm going to have to do is weld it from this side and weld it from the other side, just to make sure the strength's back in the car. But I mean, pretty chuffed with that, so let's get it buzzed in and see how it looks. What you saw me doing last was welding that panel in. It's now in, and it's now ground back, so we're like a week on from where I was last working. Yeah, it's just, this is how it happens with me. We get busy with real life. So we're welded in, and it'll need like a very slight skimp of filler, but I'm pretty happy with that. A very, very slight heat distortion there. It doesn't really show on camera. Kind of see a little bit. but as a repair, I really cannot fault that. It's really good. So if you saw what we had in its place before, which was completely foobarred, well, you just saw the rot fall out of it there. So sorry about that, it's a bit loud. I haven't gone mad grinding back on the inside, not very good light there, but it's just been tidied back. We got some etch primer on it now, because obviously the car is under cover. As you can see, we are now starting to get a light shower, so I wanted to keep it nice and protected and go from there. So what do you all think? Good or bad repair? I'm really chuffed with that. I'm glad we had a body cut, because obviously it saved a lot of time, but that's one repair that I know was put off, and I know it was a bit tricky to do, welded from front and back, so it's good and solid like it was originally, and I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think you'll even know that I've done that, which is the whole point of a repair. So in the next episode, or pretty much, I'll probably do it off camera, we've got like this little area here, which I'll just make a little piece up for, tidy up this bit here, and we've got a tiny little bit there, and then this is the boot surround done. We have got a little repair to do in the boot here, which I don't know if I'll do from, I want to do it from the top. I hate welding upside down, so we'll do it from the top, but there is actually a hole in that corner as well, which shouldn't be there. They're for the bumper, I assume, but they're not meant to be there, so we'll crack on with that in the next episode. Excuse my face, absolutely covered in rubbish. What do you think to the Nova then? A little bit different, it's definitely a side quest, but I like to help Pete out. It's going to be quite a good fun one to do for me, bit tricky, bit different. That's what I like. It's what I really enjoy doing. I like a challenge. Yeah, like, share and subscribe as always. We have got some new merchandise available. There is a link in the description below. It takes you to stickers. Click on my eBay shop, and then you've got everything on there. We've got key rings, hats and everything. It's getting cold now, so I'll be having my hat on again soon. Please go by, become a member if you want to, or become a Patreon. That really helps every month, but if not, just clicking, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting is more than enough, and that's absolutely free, so please go and do that. Right, I'm going to go inside, make a cup of tea, and start editing this video, I guess. Catch you all soon.